high school football, and like I said, at the end, as long as we come out on top, it'll be all right.
That's all that matters. I don't care how it is, as long as we're on top. So thank you for joining us, Mr. Harper.
I appreciate you guys having me, and again, I would be remiss if I didn't have this opportunity to thank both of you for all of your efforts. We've gotten a lot of great feedback with the sports chat show at Buffalo Wild Wings, and like I said, the graphics during the week just created another sense of excitement throughout the week. Kids are really following and getting behind it, and so, you know, as an administrator, when we started this, I really appreciate the work both of you guys do.
Thank you.
Well,
yeah,
thank you for giving us a chance.
Bearcat Sports Chat kind of blew up on Wednesday night, didn't it?
40-something people. That was a good crowd. Make sure you come out to that next week, every Wednesday at Exit 5 Buffalo Wild Wings. We have a lot of fun. Giveaway coupon.
We do. Buffalo Wild, you know, they've been a great supporter of ours, and with that $10 gift card, and people really enjoy that. And like I said, it's just a good time to bring everybody together and kind of involve some other sports as well. And tradition we look forward to continuing for a long time, we hope.
Yeah, getting ready again for basketball. Hopefully we can get some stuff out there for you here. It'll
be here before you know it. We're putting the finishing touches on the schedule. Schedule will probably be released next week for the winter.
Okay.
And hard to believe we're already talking about that when, like you said, it still feels like June out here. So, but no complaint. Another great night, and just looking forward to a good outcome for the Cats.
Well, thank you for coming up and chatting with us a little bit, Mr. Harper, and we hope you come back up again sometime to see us, but we'll be back for the Bearcat kickoff coming up at the top of the hour. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. Up next, we'll go to the weather, key matchups, and storylines for tonight's game. We'll be right back from Abingdon High School.
Follow Bearcat Radio on Twitter with the handle @VHS Bearcat Radio, and on Facebook by searching Bearcat Radio for the upcoming broadcast schedule and shows on the flagship stream of Virginia High School athletics.
In 50 feet, turn left. Why are you driving so slowly?
After a few drinks, I'm taking it slow.
Well, you're not fooling the cop behind you.
What?
Get ready to pay in 0.1 miles.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Virginia High Football on Bearcat Radio on Spreaker.com. Can't get enough of Bearcat sports? Come to Buffalo Wild Wings at the Falls every Wednesday at 6:30 for the Bearcat Sports Chat. The voice of the Bearcats, Dylan Hutton, will talk with various Virginia High coaches and athletes each week on the radio on location from Buffalo Wild Wings off Exit 5 in Bristol. Come enjoy wings while watching the show or listening right here on Spreaker.com. Bearcat Sports Chat, 6:30 p.m. at Buffalo Wild Wings at the Falls. Go Bearcats! Bearcat Radio is brought to you by State Line Motors. Visit State Line Motors on Euclid Avenue in Bristol.
Welcome back to the Bearcat Kickoff Show. We thank you for tuning in. We're entering the final stages of the pregame show, which is always an exciting time. Bearcats actually getting ready to run out onto the field as we speak. They've got the big signage stretched across, getting ready to run through down there in that right end zone on the eastern side of the football stadium. A nice stadium here at Abingdon High School. So we take you to the storylines for tonight's game. Virginia High again trying to get to 5-1 before getting back to district play next week at Graham. This will be the first time the Bearcats, if they do win, to be 5-1 since 2002. Abingdon's looking to get to their fourth straight win in 2017. They would move to 6-1, and that would be their fourth straight against Virginia High. Jamie Lathrop, I know Mark was talking about him having to be a key in this ball game. He will have to be a playmaker tonight, and also stopping the wing T attack. We'll see how that does. The defense is going to have to fit the gaps, and they're going to have to be able to get downhill to deal with this short and successful run game that's happy with 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Social media, be sure to follow Bearcat Radio on Twitter at VHS Bearcat Radio, and also on Facebook by searching Bearcat Radio. Let's go to Mark here for the weather tonight's game.
Well, Dylan, right now, like you said, it feels like June out, about 76 degrees. It's going to be out that way with a 1 to 2 mile an hour wind gust. But by about 9 o'clock, we're still going to have a little nice day here up in the Abingdon Hills. And that's going to be fall down about 67 degrees tonight. So definitely another good night here for some football.
Yeah, it's going to be a great afternoon for football. And, Mark, let's go to a couple of position battles. What are some position battles you're going to be looking for tonight?
You know, my first position battle is probably going to be the Virginia High wide receivers against the Abingdon cornerbacks. If we're able to break away from them and come over the top, get away from that big Abingdon defensive line, it's going to do a lot of wonders for us tonight.
So we'll see if they're able to do it. Let's go to a quick part here. Coach Christ pregame interview before the game. We'll have kickoff coming up next on Bearcat Radio. We'll be right back. The theme of this game seems to be balance for the Bearcat offense. You've been able to do it pretty much all season. How do you keep it up against Abingdon? Like we were talking about, Pulaski was able to stay balanced. That was Abingdon's one loss.
You know, I think we run our offense. I don't think we ever go into any game with any preconceived notions of how much we need to throw the ball, how much we need to run the ball. Certainly there's some balance built into what we do. Jamie puts us in the right spots. We put a lot on his shoulder in terms of, whether it be a run or a pass, falls on him at times to make some decisions. Garrett Ember, your offense coordinator, does a good job with that. I think you create balance throughout the game in terms of what they give you. I think that dictates it more than going in with any preconceived notions as to how many times we want to run the ball or how many times we want to throw the ball. We don't go into it ahead of time with that thought.
Just let it flow naturally as the game goes.
Sure.
The defensive backs for this Falcon defense put a lot of pressure on the passing game. They crowd the line of scrimmage a lot, play a lot of man coverage. What are some general offensive fundamentals against this man or press coverage?
Again, not to be cliche, but it's certainly important we play our game. When you're in our offense, you don't know what people are always going to do. People are going to give you some different looks. Certain teams, may have shown zone coverage, but they get into man. We have certain man beaters we have built in, certain things we like versus different zones that you'll see. So, it doesn't work us up too much as far as whether it be man zone, press, off. We feel like, we have things built in to take advantage of what we have to do. And to be good offense, and particularly in our offense, a shotgun one-back offense, you have to have those things built in.
And, last week it seemed like every time there was man coverage, Jamie found whoever was open on that side and was always just beat it.
Yeah, I think he has confidence in his guys. He pulls the trigger. I think he's become pretty fearless back there. So no doubt he can take advantage of that when he gets some one-on-ones. We certainly like our matchup with our guys on the perimeter.
So getting back to Abingdon, Falcon offense, ground and pound, and really it's ground and pound for the second straight game for you guys. How do you slow down this wing T attack, and how is it different from Greg Sanchez's and Chill Howie's attack from last week?
There's some similarities. They're both getting some 400 and 600, which is a wing T formation. But the difference is, Abingdon will move into a lot of multiple formations. But reality is, if you're going to play wing T, you got to be able to stop. With them in particular, you got to be able to stop buck, trap, and power. If you can't, it's going to be a long day. So limiting those big runs that they've had, you can't give up a big run on counter crisscross. You can't give up a seam run on trap. That's kind of what they've certainly hung their hat on. They do a good job of that. They'll run some jet, do it well. They execute well offensively. So it's just important that you don't give up too many big runs for touchdowns. They certainly have the capability of doing that.
This is really a three-headed offense, three-headed attack for this offense. The quarterback, Gabe Booth, a junior, his first year starting, he's got 3 passing touchdowns on the year, 1 rushing. Pierre Jordan, a senior running back, he's a load in what I've seen in film. He's got 6 rushing touchdowns. Also, Austin Holloway, running back, senior, 6 rushing touchdowns on the year. He actually moved from the defensive side of the ball. He was a defensive end last year. This is his first year playing offense, and it looks like they've really added him into that offense, and he's complemented them really well.
Yeah, he does. I think that's the thing. Certainly if they get the perimeter going, then he can hit you with trap. And he has. He's broken quite a few big runs in trap, and that's what you have to limit.
All right. Including the Chill Howie game, Jamie Lathrop has won his last 30 pass attempts without an interception. What have you seen in his progression from early in the season to now?
Yeah, I think he's pulling the trigger. He's not hesitating. First couple games we talked with him, felt like he hesitated a little bit. I think he's got some confidence. He's taking advantage of that, and he's pulling the trigger. making his reads and rolling with it. A lot of that, too, is developing that trust with those guys on the perimeter, which he has.
You're listening to Virginia High Bearcat football on Spreaker Radio.
Good afternoon and welcome to Abingdon, Virginia, the site of this Week 7 showdown between the 4-1 Virginia High Bearcats against the 5-1 Abingdon Falcons. The high-flying Falcons have won the last 3 games against the Bearcats, including a 56-35 decision last year, while the 2017 Bearcats are trying to get to 5-1 for the first time since 2002. I'm Dylan Hutton with Mark Carr, and we're excited that you have chosen to spend your Friday night with us on the radio home of Virginia High football. The Cats are looking to win their 3rd straight game before starting their district slate next week. It's Bearcats versus Falcons. This much-anticipated battle of one-loss teams is coming up next on Bearcat Radio.
It's time for Bearcat football from the radio home of Virginia High Athletics.
Hill up, and he's in. Touchdown. To the 10, he's in. Touchdown. Austin Davidson, 15 inside the end zone, and he's in. Inside Rose is through. Touchdown there. Virginia High takes the lead. He's got the first slipped by the tackle at the 30 to the 25 to the 20.
Nobody's going to catch him on that one.
And he's in.
Get him more,
touchdown.
6 more points, baby.
And into the end zone, touchdown. Power forward with Rose. He runs over a man down inside the 5. They're saying he caught it. He got it. Bobby Medley, back-to-back catches. Carry him into the end zone. Touchdown. Big
run. Wow, just slaloming all the way through the end zone there. A 76-yard run there by Jamie Lathrop. Jamie Lathrop is absolutely amped right now. That's exactly what he needed to get the game going.
Kick. It's blocked.
Blocked. Wow, what a great
big
play
block
there.
As Stone touchdown. Gave him a little leap there into the end zone.
Lathrop saying.
Afternoon and welcome to Abingdon High School. We thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Getting set for kickoff. Virginia High won the toss, and they elected to receive it. They'll receive the ball. They'll kick it left to right across the field. The Falcons will. They're wearing all gray on the tops, gray lids, gray jerseys, blue numbers, white outline, white pants. Bearcats wearing all white with black helmets. And this is State Line Motors kickoff. Brought to you by State Line Motors on Euclid Avenue in Bristol. So the Bearcats won, and they'll receive a little pooch kick out to the 25, fielded there by Howard, up past the 30, and he's down right at the 35. They might make it the 36-yard line, and that's where the Bearcats will start off the ball game. Jamie Lathrop and everybody coming out onto the field, and it's a battle of one-loss teams. 4-1 Virginia High, 5-1 Abingdon, and we're glad you were able to join us. Dylan Hutton, Mark Carr, Brady Malone join us on the stats. Also Nate Graybill helping us out up here in the booth from Abingdon High School as Bearcats will get the ball, averaging 30 points a game. We'll see what they can do. We've talked about how important possessions are in this one. Facing a ground and pound team. Shotgun, 2 wide to the left, 2 to the right. Howard in the backfield with Lathrop. 4 down linemen. Handoff to the left side. Howard going off to the left, past the 40 to the 45, and he's close to the first down. He got 9. Good run there on first down, 9-yard gain, Mark.
Well, so far it looks like Michael Howard's a story to tell. Great return to start the game, and about a 9-yard rush there to set us up for a short second down.
Yeah, right here you could be looking at the possibility of a shot play. Again, this is a team that's going to be trying to stretch the field against a pretty athletic Abingdon front. Same formation, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Howard still in the backfield. There's the snap right up the gut with Howard, right past the logo at the 50. Across, he fumbled it at the end.
Rolling him down.
Looked like he was down before as he goes down right at the 45. That's a first down, close to 8 yards there on the carry. 1st and 10 Bearcats. So back-to-back runs. Howard's been able to gash them up the middle, and so far this offensive line's holding up. Dawson Garrett over at left tackle. Vincer there as well.
Looks about
Sean Watkins, Elijah Helton, Travis Williams all on that front line.
Howard with 17 yards on 2 carries there. It's not a bad average to start the game.
Lathrop takes a snap. Now he'll drop back. He's running this time up past the 45. He falls down right at the 36, 37-yard line. No one was around him. He just tripped.
You know, we watched that on tape.